It's 3 a.m. Yes, I'm up 30 minutes early. So there's that. Time to make the donuts. If there were any donuts, which there aren't. So we'll see. Time to get up. Good morning. So it's after 5, just after 5 o'clock, and I've been trying to upload yesterday's footage, the raw footage, and it's showing like 7 hours left to upload. So I'm hoping that that's inaccurate. I don't know if the internet's just really, really slow today, which could happen. So I came down this morning, and of course, no power down here. So I had a little bit of power in the Goal Zero Yeti 150. So I ended up hooking the car up, which I didn't want to do. So as part of yesterday's deal about kind of getting the car situation, I got the car and the truck. Both of them have a little gas in it. The car down here has about a quarter of a tank. The truck's got almost none. And I have two 5-gallon cans of gas. So that's what I'm going to have for the whole month, for the whole 30 days. And I use the car down here basically as a generator. I hook up the cables to the batteries, and I use it to charge stuff when I need to. It's going to be interesting to see if I'm going to, and Lord willing, the Goal Zero Yeti 400 and the solar panel are going to show up, so that pretty soon, by the time you see this, I'm hoping they've already showed up, because that would allow, because it's going to be sunny, to have more battery backup so I don't have to run gas. All right, so I'm doing a little bit of a workout, not too much. I don't want to get wore out today. Doing a little bit of a workout, and then I'm going to get up there and get started on the day. Who knows how long this footage upload is going to take. I hope we figure out a way to get that part done without it taking so many hours. See you in a little bit. All right, so it's 5:45. I'm up here at the office, and I set up a little off-grid light up here that I wanted to check out with you guys. I ordered this. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to turn it on in a minute. This 5-watt bulb that is USB powered. There's a cord here you can't see, and I've got my Samsung backup battery. I've had about a year or so. I use it for charging my phone, etc. And so I've got this hooked up, and we're going to turn it on and see what it's like. Whoa, that's pretty bright. So that kind of blows me away. It's got this whole room just completely lit up. So the lights that I have down at the office are kind of this very harsh white LED light, and this one's kind of a nice yellow. It's very bright. So I'm going to be working up here this morning, trying to get some things going. Going to be bottling some beer today, maybe making some beer. We'll see if we get to it. Got a few other projects going. Got to work in the garden. Got to work on the garden fence. But I'm going to have this light to work by this morning. So if you're looking at it according to the bunker principle, now I don't ever have any on-grid light. So the bunker principle is people that live on grid. You have on-grid, then your second backup is an off-grid alternative, and your third backup is no electrical power at all. Well, we started backwards. We started with candles, which is no electrical power, and we have the ability to make them. And then we just moved up to alternative light. All right. I'm going to get started doing some, getting some bottles clean for bottling some beer. I've been busy washing bottles. Got a bunch more to do. Got to run down to our little storage container and try to find some of the other bottling paraphernalia. It's very foggy outside, but it is 7:20 on the Tuesday, second day of the challenge. I'm washing bottles, getting a whole bunch of brewing stuff ready to go to bottle up this beer, but everything else has to keep going. So I'm got animal chores to do. I got to haul a bunch of water to the pigs because it's going to be hot today, and get the chickens dealt with. So everything's going on at the same time, and I'm going to try to get as much done as I can, but I got to just keep going. The whole theme of this is that this event, whether it's the pandemic or whatever's going on, happened without warning. No matter how prepared you are, no matter how long you've been doing this, there are epochs, there's times in your lives when you're just not ready. And so this is what happened with us. See the pigs over here. They're wanting me to bring them some water, which I'm in the process of doing. I'll put my comments on hold for a minute. Every time I need to go to the office and get something, or every time I need to go to the container and get a tool, it's a quarter of a mile to the office, a little bit more than that to the back of the land where the container is. So that's the whole point. You know, I didn't sit there and spend a week or 2 weeks making sure I had everything, planning everything out immaculately, having a list of what I was going to do, what days, and then have all my tools ready to go. A lot of it's like trying to find stuff, and that was the whole purpose. The whole purpose is to realize and see if I can get my gate with one hand. You're not always in the best position you could be in. I've been in awesome position for something like this to happen before, and this year just not so much, you know. And so, and who knows what's going to happen. I got a little bit of the news this morning. I've been uploading so much stuff, I was able to look, and it's not looking good out there. So you know, our scenario that there's been a systemic breakdown, and cities are shut down, martial law, so no one's moving, nobody's on the roads, badlands beyond my land. That's not outside the realm of possibility. And so you just keep working, you keep getting ready. I did not set up this scenario, nor do I live my life with the idea that, oh, the first thing I need to do is work up a plan to defend the property and you know, take back America. That's not the scenario here. The scenario here is not just to survive, but to thrive, and for things to get better. And all of that other stuff, you know, if I wanted to do that scenario, I suppose I could do it. But that's not what this is. So it's a lot of walking, it's a lot of work. And right now I'm heading back to the office to get a 12-volt tire inflator, because I've got a low tire on the pickup truck, and I'm going to use the truck today to haul a bunch of water to the pigs because it's going to be hot. And it was hot yesterday, and if I could fill up this big trough of water, I won't have to do it for 2 or 3 days, and that'll save me some work. So you guys, I hope everything's going good where you are. Day 2. So we catch water off the back of this barn and all these containers. We don't have a gutter system up here yet, but Lord willing, we're going to get one going into an in-ground cistern. But for now, I'm pulling water out of all of these containers. Thank you, Rooster, for the pigs, so I can get these a little more empty. So if we get another rain, we'll catch more water. All right, it's 8:50, and Rascal and I are, you Rascal? Are done feeding the pigs, feeding water in the pigs, taking care of the animals. Now we got to take care of ourselves and get some breakfast and get working on these bottles for this bottling. Come on in, come on in. Get some bottling done. All right, so Sawyer's done eating, so I was going to show you, take this time. It's 7:12, and normally I'd be up here picking up Danielle. We would go on our walk together, but that's not the way things are now. So I wanted to show you the ice boxes and the meat situation, because that's going to be a big deal. So yesterday Danielle and I went and picked up a 2 bags of ice, and so this is our ice box. This is an actual ice box, and I'll get into explaining later on about how this would work in an off-grid situation, if it was the winter and storing ice house and all that. But anyways, we have this meat that we got on sale. I don't want people to think I'm wealthy, because I'm the opposite of wealthy, but we got this meat on sale. These are ribeyes. Now check this out. Organic, pasture raised, pasture finished ribeyes. Look here. $2.80. And so these were on sale at the grocery a week or so, maybe a week ago. $3.41 for a ribeye. So we got some meat in here, a little bit of hamburger there. And when we get it on sale, we would get it. And I'm on my diet. I'm basically eating a lot of protein. So, but this meat's got to be eaten, or it's got to be canned before all this ice is gone. Got this little cooler here, and we got some bulk sale meat, the extra savings pack of family chuck roast, and I got 2 packs of that, and we got those maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago. That'd be part of my diet, to kind of cook those like a steak, even though they're like a leather boot. And I'm going to can this, so you'll see some meat canning, because that 1 bag of ice, that's it. So we got like half a bag here, half a bag in the ice box. And then once that's gone, which it's going to be 82 degrees today, that'll be it for the meat. So maybe eating meat for 2 days, and then that'll be it. Coffee and ribeye. I think I have 3 ribeyes left, but $3.70 breakfast. Maybe $4 if you count the coffee. Then I'm going to cook up Rascal some eggs. So I got first case of bottles washed and sanitized and drip drying. I got Rascal's eggs done and cooled off, because he'll try to wolf them down while they're still boiling hot. So I got them cooled off. So I'm going to feed those to him and then get started on the second case of bottles. Come on, boy. Come on. Want some of that? Oh yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Get you some. Get you some, buddy. He does not like to be filmed or watched while he eats. He's just weird. Eat it. All right, whatever. I won't look at you. I see you. I can see you. Goofball. 30 bottles sanitized and washed. Got another growler right here that's sanitized. I'm about to go to the office. Got to check on my uploads from yesterday's stuff and look for another one of these growlers, because I don't know how much it's going to take. But more walking for me. Yay! If I was hungry, this big 4-foot rat snake would be right up my alley. He's a big boy. The beep you can hear is coming from my solar trailer, but so don't worry about that. But this is a big old boy right here. He's just hanging out. But snakes are good, and I don't want rats, so we're going to leave this boy alone. Let him hang out. So I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for this sugar water to cool down. And I walked down to the office to do a few things down there, and I'm already tired and I'm sore. What time is it? It is 11:20 on day two. 11:22, and I'm at 13,077 steps. And I told myself I was going to slow down today. So I'm sitting here thinking, and I figured I'd do a little bit of a calm down to myself, that I need to just chill a little bit, take it easy, and not go too hard so I don't hurt myself or whatever. I still got garden work to do today, a couple other things, but I'm going to get this beer bottled. So I want to talk a little bit about that. What's the deal with beer? Why is this a priority? With everything else that I got going on and the scenario we're looking at, well, a couple of things. First of all, beer is historically as important or more important than water. It's actually saved the whole world on several occasions. Look up a documentary called How Beer Saved the World. It's really, really good. Natural beer that is brewed the ancient way, not commercial beer, is a completely different product. It's a completely different thing than what you think of as beer. And when it's done the natural, old school way, it has natural antibiotics. There's just a million things that I wrote about it in my book, The Last Pilgrims. So go check out The Last Pilgrims, which is my very first novel, which is a 25 years after a disaster, kind of like what I'm doing right here, right now. And there's a family living in this area. And so after 25 years after an apocalyptic like disaster. Anyways, in that book, beer is used to heal wounds, an arrow wound, because, and I also put a link on Facebook the other day to healing wounds with sugar. The other thing is that my goal here is not to hike out into the woods with a knife and survive. That's not what this is. What this is I want to be better off than I was 30 days prior. When this thing's over, I don't want to have exhausted all of my resources. I want to have more stuff. And so I've already got that planned. I have meat planned. I have garden planned. I have this planned. And what I want to do is be working in the temperatures that are best for the particular task. And so one thing I want to do is I want to get this beer bottled, because it's going to take a week or so for it to be ready to go. I got another batch I want to make. I want to get it made because it's going to be 2 weeks or so, maybe 3, before it's ready to go. And I want them to be ready so that you see them during this 30-day challenge. I'm still going to be working in the garden. Tomorrow, like, I'm out of ice. The ice is pretty much gone. There's some cold water. And so I've got, I think, 3 ribeyes left. I'm going to eat 1 for lunch. I should have 2 for tomorrow. They should be fine. But then the rest of the meat is going to have to be canned. I got now 2 chickens I've got to butcher, which could happen tomorrow. The rooster, and then I caught a hen who's eating eggs. I caught her red-handed when I went in there today. I thought we were a little bit shy of eggs yesterday. We should have had about 20 eggs, and we only had about 12 or 13. And I caught her this morning, but I didn't catch her red-handed. I knew what she was doing. I knew she was hunting eggs. And so then I went in there and I actually caught her, and she had egg goo all over her. And so she's in a cage now, and she's going to go downtown, because I don't think you can ever train an animal. All right, so hey guys, everything's going good. It is 11:20. I already got the mail. There wasn't anything. Sad, Michael. Hopefully you guys are going to send me some letters and stuff and some goodies, or not goodies, not to eat. But so anyways, I've already checked the mail. I'm going to relax a little bit more today. I'm going to take it a little bit more easy. I'm going to try to enjoy myself. I really got going yesterday and this morning, and I can tell that physically I don't have the ability to move at the pace I've been moving at. So I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to actually drink a beer, because I've got some beer that I put up, and some other novelty things I'm going to show you. So I'm just waiting for this sugar to cool down, and then I'm going to get bottling. All right, time to bottle. Be starting out with these big Growlers, because I want to get as much into those as possible. It uses fewer bottles, but I should have enough bottles here to do it. Here we go, 22 pints of whatever kind of beer this was. I think it was a brown ale, I don't know. And then 2 large growlers ready to go to the root cellar. Have no idea how it's going to turn out. I tasted it, tasted pretty good, but whether it's going to ferment in the bottles and carbonate, we don't know. But we'll be trying it in a week and during this challenge, and hopefully it's going to be pretty good. All right, so that's it. After a morning of work, it is 12:15, 12:24 somewhere, and I got the beer bottled down the root cellar, nice on the shelves. And that's the question. The question is, could you, with almost no notice, very little preparation, and without the right, crops in the ground or anything else, go 30 days in an emergency, a pandemic, a collapse, and be better off 30 days later? Now, I'm not pretending that I don't have advantages. I'm not pretending that, oh, he accidentally had a 1.5-year old beer in the carboy. Oh, he accidentally has 2 beer kits that were stored away, which I do. Dust all over him. He accidentally has all the brewing equipment. There's people that are always going to make excuses, but here's the thing. I have all these things because I live this life. I have been brewing beer for 25 years, maybe longer. Used to teach brewing classes. But I have all this stuff, and I'm able to do this on 3 or 4 different levels. The beer that I make maybe Thursday is going to be a kit beer because I've got these kits that have been sitting around here for a year. The beer I make after that, I'm going to make out of just stuff that I can find on the land. I don't even know if you can call it beer. I'm just going to make, if I can find some grains. If I can't, I'm just going to make a beer out of stuff that I can find. The point is, once you know how to do it and you know the principles, then you can do it. So the question goes back to, after I defeated the objections, could you go into a situation like this where you were locked down, where you couldn't go to town? Could you improve your life in 30 days? Could you improve? When I go into that root cellar in 30 days, will I find more? Will things be better? Will things be better around the land? Will you have hit the like button and subscribed? That's what I want to know. So that's what we're going to find out. So to celebrate a good morning's work and me relaxing a little bit more and not taking things so hard, I am going to pour myself a beer. Now, what I have is some stout from Teddy's Brew House in Brownwood that I got like 2 weeks ago, and I bought some carboys and put them down the root cellar. Not even knowing I was going to do this, but it worked out good. So I got some stout. And by the way, Teddy's Brew House, fantastic, Brownwood, Texas. I'm giving them a shout out to Jeff and Wes. You do a great job. They've been taking care of the community during the pandemic. They were actually making hand sanitizer for the community and for the hospitals and all that kind of stuff. So hats off to those guys. Your beer is fantastic. I really, really hope you guys thrive, and I think you will. A little advertisement for Teddy's Brew House. Somebody give him a ping and tell Jeff that I gave him a shout out on here. All right, I'm going to pour myself a stout. I'm not going to do it the old-fashioned way over my shoulder, but six months ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that with arm strength. Getting a little bit here and there. All right. Salud, my friends, and happy days. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to drink this. Going to get cleaned up around here. Then I'm going to take a little rest, and then I'm going to get out in the garden. I guess I should mention that I have cattle right outside my office everywhere. Hello, cattle. Hello, cows. You guys hanging out? Big old, look at this bull right here. This dude right here, he's got the Spanish "I'll kill you" horns. And look at this old boy right here. This boy right here. My trailer's going off, my solar trailer, because it's not doing good. I gotta check on it. Anyways, look at the horns on these. That's a girl there, but the boy behind her, he's a big old boy, son of Manolete. This lady. That's what I thought. Guess you constantly have to adapt, improvise, overcome. So came down to the office to see if my uploads were doing good, and the solar trailer has crapped out on me. Don't know what the problem is. It's going to take me a while to figure it out, and I don't have the time. So I'm going to go up to the cottage and get the little gray '03 Taurus and bring it down and hook it up and see if I can get some batteries charged enough for me to get through the day. And then I will put the solar trailer on a list of things I have to check out. It usually takes me half a day to get that thing sorted if it goes out. So it's just not on the list right now. So just got to keep going. What do you think, rascal? Huh? What do you think? Are you lonely? No, because you got me? All right. Let's go to the office. Look at you. Oh, it's bouncy. It's not good for the car. So I'm taking a measured gamble. I've got the car hooked up to the solar trailer to charge the batteries, and that's where we are on gas. So don't worry about the check engine light. This is Texas, and we run on faith here and not mechanics and science. Anyways, so I'm going to let this thing go for a while, see if I can charge up the batteries enough to be able to do some things tonight. We got this going on. What are you doing? Oh, get out of here, dummy. And so Rascal wants to get in. Get. So anyways, I've got 2 5-gallon gas cans, but that's got to last me, this is only day 2, it's got to last me the rest of the month. So I'm gambling that the Yeti Goal Zero Yeti 400 is going to get here in the next couple of days in case I need it, which I hope I don't, but unless I can get the solar trailer working, we're going to have some problems. So you guessed it, ribeye is going to be lunch. Holding this thing upside down. $3.41. I got 2 left after this and no ice, so I got to eat them. This can be lunch, and I brought some green beans up from the root cellar, so that's going to be it. Green beans from June 19. About to go downtown. Here it is, lunch. All of $3.41. 849 calories. About 60 grams of protein. Looking good. It's a little windy, so I'm sorry if the sound is bad. I'm walking up to the front. Got a pint jar of soured fermented corn, and in my pocket I've got the night vision trail cam. I'm going to set up outside of the pig trap and see what I got going in there, stealing the bait before I invest too much time and money trying to get a pig. So we'll figure that out. We'll watch the trail cam if we catch something on camera, and then figure out a way to catch them and dispatch them, so we might be able to catch a pig. So we got the trap set, got a little bit of corn in there, enough to they can smell it and they'll come in here. I got the trail cam set up and ready to go. So we'll test it tonight. We'll see, come up tomorrow, check the footage and see if we see anything. See if we can figure out what's the deal. Look at this dude. Another rat type snake. Staying out here in the sun. Got a jar in my hand. There we go. There we go. He's acting like he's something. He's just a rat snake. You're nothing, buddy. You look at him shaking his tail like I'm gonna think it's a rattler. You guys are hilarious. I'm not gonna mess with you. I'm not gonna mess with you. I just wanted to see if you were all right. I don't want rats around here. Look at you bouncing that tail. You're all right. Just calm down a little bit. You're really making much ado about nothing, right? Anyways, that's a color I really hadn't seen. Pretty cool. Alright, go have a nice day, man. I have made an executive decision not to get into the garden today. So my back was starting to hurt real bad, so I went down to the office to do the roller, as you would have seen already, and popped my ab a little bit more, so it's really sore and spasming. I still got a lot of work to do. I'm taking a rest right now with this dude, but won't be back out in the garden today. I still got a week to get that thing done, but I'm gonna probably start in the cool of the morning, Lord willing, if I'm physically able. But I got some cleaning up to do up here, and gonna have a whole lot of work to do this evening. So that's the thing right now.